Israeli forces have carried out several deadly air attacks in Gaza, striking Gaza City, Rafah, and the Nuseirat refugee camp. The airstrikes have resulted in casualties, but the exact number is yet to be confirmed. In the occupied West Bank, the Israeli military is conducting search operations after demolishing a house with occupants inside in the town of Deir al-Ghusum. The situation remains tense as authorities work to assess the aftermath of the incident. Northern Gaza is now facing a dire humanitarian crisis, with the head of the UN's World Food Programme declaring it in the grip of a full-blown famine. The severity of the situation is alarming, with starvation spreading further into the region. Meanwhile, Belgium has condemned threats and acts of intimidation against the International Criminal Court following warnings from Israel and the US. The ICC faces backlash as it considers potential arrest warrants against Israeli officials, raising diplomatic tensions. Democratic lawmakers have voiced concerns to US President Joe Biden regarding Israeli restrictions on humanitarian aid entering Gaza. They highlight potential violations of US law and urge action to address the humanitarian crisis in the region. A Hamas delegation arrived in Egypt for what appears to be do-or-die negotiations on a ceasefire, expressing determination to achieve an agreement. Meanwhile, Israel reportedly gives Hamas 1 week to agree to a ceasefire and prisoner-captive exchange deal, warning of a potential ground invasion of Rafah if no agreement is reached. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres added his voice to the calls for a truce, urging Israel and Hamas to reach a deal for the sake of the people of Gaza, the hostages, and their families, as well as the wider region and world. In a grim update on the toll of the conflict, Palestinian health authorities report that at least 34,622 Palestinians have been killed and 77,867 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7th.